Hello from ChronoChapter.com. This is Mark Josie. Today I'll be doing a chrono review as well as a sound review. So with our new setup right here, as we explained before in the other video, we blocked up all the light surrounding this thing and just using the infrared LED inside for the chrono to work at its best performance. And also we got new setup for the screen and also a decibel meter right here for testing the sound. So you can actually see how loud this gun is compared to the other guns. I realized that in my lab test that some guns are actually quiet to the surrounding, but they are noisy for the shooters, and some are actually reverse. So if you want to see how loud that gun is, okay, sometimes if you look at the numbers right here, it will only tell you how loud it is at that point, but it will not tell you how loud it is at your point. So when you're shooting, some of the guns you think, hey, it's okay, it's not so loud, but for the shooters, or for the other people outside, they may hear it louder than you hearing the shot. So let's check it out. Usually a normal air gun is about like 86 to 90 decibel. That's about the average low quiet kind of gun. So 80 something to 90, they are about like very quiet level, and then from 90 to 100 is considered to be the moderate sound, and then when it's topped over 100 and such, it's supposed to be a loud gun. Okay, so let's go over here and check it out. Today we're testing the Beeman P1 .22 caliber, and we're shooting Craftsman Premier Hunting hollow point pellets. And these pellets, they are measured at about 14.6 to 14.9 grains each. So it depends on the pellets, but usually about 14.6. So let us get the chrono ready and also this ready, and let's get going. Okay, so I'll bring you over to my chronograph first. So that's how we do it. We zoom over here, as you can see, and now there goes our chronograph. Okay. So basically, let me just do a little bit of introduction. On the left side is a decibel meter, which you can see the number represents the decibel, which is the sound level, and the right side is the chronograph that shows you the FPS. Okay, so let's get going. First, we're gonna do some shots in low power, about 5 shots in low power. Okay, low power settings, and let's fire some shots. Okay, first shot. Okay guys, first shot, low power settings. Okay, so okay, 88.1, pretty good. We're gonna leave the decibel meter as it is. So as we shoot, if the sound exceeds this level, it will just jump up again. Okay. Yeah, 90.3. It's a little bit louder, but the FPS is very similar. It's around 347.2. Very nice. You can say about 350 if they are going to estimate it. 350. Not bad, not bad. Very nice, very close. Okay, so you see 19.4 and 30, so it's 344.6. It's very consistent, and I think with my setup right now using the Chrony like this, it actually helps to get a better and more consistent results with the FPS than before. Okay, 351. So as you see, it raised a little bit in sound while it gets a little bit more powerful. And for the shooter, it feels like the same, but the decibel meter shows that there's a little bit of increase in sound when it gets a little bit louder. Okay, so as we shoot more, it's getting louder and louder as well. So 91.9, it's getting louder and louder, but it feels the same for the shooter. And so yeah, the FPS is staying around that kind of level. I'm still shooting in low power, and not to forget, this is the Beeman P1 in .22 caliber. Okay, sound is not exceeding that, and the FPS is really about the same. So power is very consistent, as you can see, and it's really good actually. Okay, 343. So still not going over that, and we will see in the 10 shot string or something, will we exceed, like what is the maximum loudness in the 10 shot, and then we can get an estimation of the sound level of the gun. 337. And this shot, I can say, to me, the shooter, it feels a little bit softer in sound, a little bit more hollow in sound. So it is, of course, like less power, it's really softer sound. Okay, not bad. 346.6. The decibel meter is not moving, so basically the sound is staying at below that 91.9 decibel. So it's pretty safe and very quiet. You can see it's not really jumping up. Okay, 336.5, and as you can see, the decibel is not jumping up. It's very nice. So we got a low of 336.5 and a high of 351.1 and an average of 344.9. So that's really good. And whoops. And actually, I would say that the performance is very steady, very steady. Okay. Okay, let's get going on our next test with the high power. Let me just secure this thing. Okay. So let's try the high power this time. We'll reset the decibel meter first. Let it calibrate. And we'll do 10 shots. Okay, so this time we're going to go for the high power, okay? High power. So make sure the chronograph is showing up good on the screen. Okay, nice. So you can see the numbers clearly. That's good. So let's try one shot of the high power, okay? Okay, let's go. Okay, high power is not really more louder than before, so 86.9, and also the power jumped up by 100 FPS or so for about 440. I'm still shooting from the same distance, but really, like this gun, when you shoot even higher power, it didn't make the gun more noisy, so it's pretty good. It's still staying below that, but it's going 450 right now. That's very nice power. Wow. You can actually hunt with this pistol. The power is enough to take down small games. .46, and it's not jumping over that 86.9 decibel. Maybe we'll reset that and let's try it out again. 444.2, and we're at 89.7 decibel. So this sound is not going up, but the FPS, the power is definitely going up. And I would like to say that the recoil of the gun is actually increasing when I am shooting in high power. It does kick harder, and it feels more like a real gun kind of kick. Very straight kick, like straight backward kick. And right now it's 89.7 decibel, 431.9 FPS. Very stable power actually. Okay, again. Wow, sparks. I'm sure some dieseling is going on. There's an error one. Some kind of spark happened. So not sure what the heck happened. I saw some sparks of fire coming out, and there's an error one right there. I'm sure that is dieseling. Okay. It's going back to normal again, 435.1. So still at the 89.7 mark. So it's pretty quiet right now. It's not exceeding that sound level yet. Very nice. Okay. 435.9. Okay, even with that little spike of whatever, I don't know what happened, still it's performing around the same spot right now. So it's 430 something to 450, around that kind of mark. Okay, oops. Okay, pellet. There we go. Okay, let's try again. .2. So basically you can see the decibel is not really jumping up. Very nice. Okay. Another shot of high power with the Beeman P1. .1, and it's going up to 89 decibel. Okay, so you can see the power is going up, but the decibel is really not going higher than before. I think the spike was about 91 point something. That was a spike point. Not even over that. Wow, smoky. Okay, so we're done. The last one is 451.8 FPS. And it's still not exceeding the 89 decibel. So we get a low of 431.9 FPS, and we get a high of 451.8, and then average of 442.3. So that is a pretty nice number, 442.3 with this kind of pellet. So the standard deviation is only 6.7 FPS, which is very nice. And so yeah, the Beeman P1 is very nice in performance, as you can see. So now let's get back to our main screen and take a look at me talking. Okay, so as you see right now, we just zoom out. Okay, so hey guys, it's me again. So basically the Beeman P1 performs very nicely with the Crossman hollow point pellet. Even though it's not a very fancy pellet, it still did a very great job. The FPS is very nice, and we can say estimate, you know, max about 450 FPS with this kind of pellet, which is pretty good. And as you can see, our sound level is not very high. The highest we get is about 91, but that was just one shot, I think. Most of them stay below the 90 decibel. And as you see in the high power and the low power, the sound is not a big difference to the surrounding. So if you're shooting this at home, it may sound to the shooter that when you're shooting low power, it may sound a little bit more quiet. When you shoot high power, it sounds more like louder. Okay, so it's only to the shooter. For the outside, the surrounding, actually it feels like almost the same. So shooting this gun indoor is definitely fine. It's not loud at all. It's very friendly for backyard shooting and stuff like that. So as you can see in our decibel meter, it shows up that it's not even over 90 decibel. And so if you know, like there's a wall or 2 rooms, you can't even tell some people is shooting this thing. So it's really nice. Okay, so basically that's my little lab test today with the Beeman P1. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and like. Bye bye.